Welcome to the club, your Lions Club. You have joined a global movement of over 1.4 million people in more than 200 countries that want to change the world. Look at some of the work that lions like you are doing to change lives. As a lion, you too have the chance to come together with others to improve your community while growing personally in service and enjoying the fellowship of other lions, as well as Leos, our sponsored youth volunteers. Did you know that our tradition of volunteering goes back more than 100 years? Our founder, Melvin Jones, believed that selfless service to others would create a better world for all. And his belief has resonated with people like you who dedicate time, talent, treasure, and conduct service through fellowship. Today, we are united around 5 global causes: vision, environment, hunger, childhood cancer, and diabetes. Each club determines if and how they will support these causes and others that affect their communities. Whether you're interested in one of these 5 issues or have another area of interest, you have the opportunity to be a part of service projects that are meaningful to you. Your club is not alone in your work. You are part of something bigger. Your club is supported at the district, multiple district, constitutional area, and international levels by lions dedicated to helping you get the most out of being a lion. At each of these levels is a global action team, a group of experienced and active lions who work together to strengthen membership, service impact, and leadership development. This team provides access to key programs and tools. This ensures that all clubs and members like you have the skills, knowledge, and resources needed to provide impactful service in their communities. And the Lions Club's International Foundation, known as LCIF, supports impactful service through the efforts of Lions Clubs and partners in serving communities locally and globally through humanitarian service projects and grants. When you donate to LCIF, our foundation, you empower fellow Lions as they take on pressing global causes. Your international headquarters in Oak Brook, Illinois, USA, provides assistance and tools to help clubs like yours and members like you get the most out of being a lion. You now have access to tools and resources, including member services, that will help with everything from service projects to convention preparation to conflict resolution. As a member, you also have access to additional resources, such as the My Lion app, where you can connect with fellow Lions worldwide, find service activities wherever you are, and explore new ways to make a difference. Starting today, you can truly take steps to change your community. As a new member, you'll receive emails helping you to learn about the many benefits of being a lion and the various opportunities that await you in service, personal development. In the meantime, get to know your fellow club members, participate in service activities, share your skills, and, if it's right for you, take on a leadership role. Visit lionsclubs.org/welcome to learn more about our association, foundation, and membership perks just for you. What you've heard just now are just a few of the many benefits and opportunities of being a lion. You've taken this first step to become a lion, and you are not alone in your journey. Your sponsor and your club's membership chair can help you to learn more about your club and more about being a lion. So now the question is, where will your lion's journey lead you?
Okay, thank you for that video. Before we start the program, I do want to introduce our Council of Governors. This year's Council of Governors: Lion Varshanayak for 16J, Lion Marie Neto, District Governor 16N, Doug Both. I don't know if Doug is on. I can't see all the screens, but Doug is the District Governor for 16L, Council Chair Armando Guerra, and a State Advisor, Lion Mahesh Chitnis. So thank you all for joining. So
Anu, I'm sorry to interrupt,
yes,
but we have a special guest I saw. We have Donna Townsend on call.
oh wow, I did not notice her. Thank you for letting me know that she's on. Would you like to give her intro, Mahesh?
Just give me a second. I'm trying to find her frame. I think Anu, she logged out.
Okay.
You want to continue?
She's
All
here.
right.
She's here.
Oh, there she is.
Hi, Donna.
Okay.
I see me. It's okay if you don't see me.
I do see you. Thank you, Lion Donna, for joining. It means the world to us. Welcome. So welcome everybody. Before we start our next session for the program, I would like to introduce PID Bob Moore, who whenever I ask him to come to any of the leadership meeting or present any material, he always says yes. So thank you once again for facilitating this session. PID Bob, I think in New Jersey, everyone knows him. So what can I really say about him that you don't know? But he joined Lionism in 1984 and became, he was obviously district governor prior to becoming an international director in July 2005. He served on the board of directors from 2005 through 2007. As a Lion member, he has served probably in all the office, right? All the offices, from club president, region chair, zone chair, cabinet treasurer, council chair, district governor. So anytime any of us have a question, we always tend to go to Bob, and he always guides us. Beyond his career with Lion, he many of you may know this, but he's a retired school teacher, and he has received his PhD in modern history and literature from Drew University. So he is Dr. Moore. In addition to his Lion activities, he is active in numerous professional and community organizations. Most importantly, he previously served on board of directors of National Education Association and New Jersey Education Association Executive Committee. So without further ado, I would like to ask Bob Moore if he could please unmute himself and start the next part of the presentation.
Thank you very much, Lion Anu, for that lovely introduction. I truly appreciate that. And I want to extend a special thank you for Lion Donna for joining us tonight. It's truly an honor and a pleasure to have you with us tonight, and we really appreciate it. I'd like to extend a special welcome to the new members who are coming into Lionism, and to those of you who've been in Lionism for a while, thank you for continuing. We are looking forward to many, many years of continued service for all of us. As has been mentioned, the journey in Lionism is one that is an extremely rewarding one. And it's one that I have been on for 38 years. And the one thing I have found is that it is a continual revelation of information. You cannot absorb it all in one time or one session. And as Lion Anu has stated, there are many acronyms, there are many programs, many things that are so daunting that it kind of becomes overwhelming. So what we're going to try to do tonight is to explain a few things, a little bit about who we are and where we've been. And we'll leave for the aspect of where we're going to perhaps future sessions. But we're going to talk about who we are and what we stand for as an organization, and get into a brief, but we hope informative history of Lions International and New Jersey Lions, and how they entwine and kind of dovetail. At the outset, I apologize for perhaps omitting some areas, not by commission, but the fact is that there's so many things to talk about, and so many things that probably will be left out. But in advance, I apologize. So let us first look at who we are, and if we could get to the first visual. So PCC Mahesh, if you would get to the first visual of who the Lions are. I don't know if that is coming up on screen.
One second.
Okay, well, it's coming on, technical difficulties, as they say. Let's talk a little bit about who we are in terms of our vision statement. And the vision statement that we have is to become a global leader in community and humanitarian service. The idea is that we want to become involved. We want to be the ones that make the changes, to do the things that are necessary to make this a better world. Our mission statement, therefore, is to empower volunteers to serve in communities, to meet humanitarian needs, to encourage peace and promote international understanding through Lions clubs. And therefore, this comes down to the motto that we have. Very simple, 2 words that pretty much define us, and that is we serve. The concept that we are there to serve mankind, to serve all those that we can come in contact with. As a result, we have established a slogan, and the slogan has been liberty, intelligence, our nation's safety, all of which spell out the word Lions. But in recent years, another slogan has come about, and that is a slogan that pretty much defines us as well. Spelling Lions, it's loving individuals offering needed services. When I was on the trail as an international director, I had first heard that informal slogan, and I realized that in a way, that was an answer. It was an answer to a plea that also spells out Lions. The plea is someone, look into our needs, somebody care. That spells Lions, look into our needs, someone. And the answer is loving individuals offering needed services. That is who we are, and that is what we do. In order to understand who we are, though, we have to go back to the past, and we have to go back to the concept of how we came about. To do this, and I'm going to put on my hat as a history teacher, we have to look at that time frame and that time period. In that time period, that was 25 years after the end of the Civil War, during a very traumatic time, also called Reconstruction. The time period that ended that area of Reconstruction was referred to as the Progressive Era. And it lasted from approximately the mid-1890s to about 1920 or thereabouts. And this period of time was brought about to address some of the problems that were caused by the things that were going to make us a world power. By 1900, we had become a world power. But in that interim, things had happened. We had increased immigration, and much of that immigration had come from the southern and eastern part of Europe, areas that were non-Protestant, and therefore causing some problems with regard to integration with some of the Native Americans who were Protestant. We also had rapid industrialization, which was going to have an effect on some of the workers. In the cities, we had corruption and crime, but we also had overpopulation in the cities with the increased urbanization. Concomitantly, we also had a neglect of some of the rural areas of the country. In other words, we had problems to deal with. And some of these problems were pointed out by a group that was uncharitably called by Theodore Roosevelt the muckrakers, journalists who exposed some of the social ills that were taking place in the country. Private organizations were formed to address some of these issues. Some organizations such as labor unions, groups such as the NAACP, the Urban League, the Women's Christian Temperance Union, and in rural areas, the Grange. But the fact was that these organizations were going to be organizations that will cause, again, some controversy, and we're going to stir up some very, very strong feelings. It was in this environment that a young businessman by the name of Melvin Jones grew up and hoped to make a difference. Melvin Jones was born in 1879 in Fort Thomas, Arizona, some 15 years after, some 14 years after the end of the Civil War, and some 35 years before Arizona became a state. He grew up and eventually made his way to Chicago and started in the insurance business. By 1913, he had his own insurance agency and was well on his way to becoming a tremendous success. But he wanted to give back to his community. He wanted to form an organization that would do just that. He was part of a few business organizations, but he felt that there was more that could be done. And at that time, there were a few other organizations that, again, were attempting to do virtually the same thing. But Melvin Jones took it upon himself to invite some of these business groups and other groups together for a conference. And that conference took place on June 7th, 1917 at LaSalle Hotel in Chicago. And they decided to form an organization that would promote national service. By secret ballot, they decided to call this group Lions Clubs. Now, there had been a group of Lions Clubs that had been formed by a man by named Dr. William P. Woods in Evansville, Indiana. He was a part of this conference in 1917, and in October of 1917, the first convention would be held in Dallas, Texas in October. And at this convention, William P. Woods was elected the first president of Lions Clubs. Melvin Jones would be elected the secretary treasurer. Now, since this was a one-year term, after 1 year, William P. Woods was out as president, but Melvin Jones continued for the next 44 years as the secretary treasurer, later the executive secretary of Lions Clubs. I now mention the fact that Lions Clubs became Lions Clubs International in 1920. when the first Lions Club was formed in Canada, in Windsor, Ontario. Once that happened, we became an international organization. And in 1920, we had that club plus 23 states with 6,400 members. Among them in that year, New Jersey became the 16th district to be established. If you look at the way we label districts, they come about again in the numerical formation. So the first clubs were formed in Illinois. So Illinois is multiple district 1, Texas would be multiple district 2, and by 1920, again, we were the 16th to become a district. The first club is going to be the Camden Lions Club, and Camden is a place of many firsts. It would be in 1933, the place that would form the first drive-in movie theater, and certainly one that is a distinction that Jeff Gans has put on many of the Lions Club pins that you see from Camden. New Jersey is going to become a great influence in LCI, as we're going to see from that time frame of 1920 to 1925. And one of the individuals that I'm just about to mention is going to become a part of it, because the first president in this club formed in in December of 1920. The first president of the Camden Lions Club was an individual by the name of Wayland Kramer. He would become the second district governor in the state. He would follow Harvey Moore of the Trenton Club, no relation, who became governor in 1921-22 with all of 6 clubs under his aegis. But Wayland Kramer would become the district governor in 1922 and 23. He must have been very impressive, because at the convention, international convention, he was elected to the International Board of Directors. So he would be the first New Jersey Lion to become elected to the International Board of Directors. In 1923, halfway through his term, we had the first international convention in New Jersey, in Atlantic City. But as I said, we would become very, very influential in international. And one of the things that helped in this process was the fact that Melvin Jones himself was instrumental in coming to form many clubs in New Jersey. What Melvin Jones would do would be to board a train, and he would go along the line, and at various stops get off the train and find a friendly place to start a spiel about Lions clubs. This was what happened in Rutherford, New Jersey in 1922, when he stepped off the train, and immediately before him, he certainly saw a friendly place. It was an insurance agency. And he walked into this insurance agency, the Van Winkle Insurance Agency, and started talking to the owner. He talked to this individual and found out that from this this very prominent citizen that he didn't want to join because he was a member of the Rotary Club. But he pointed to his partner, his brother, Ted, and said, he doesn't belong to anything. Why don't you ask him? And that's how Ted Van Winkle Sr. started the Lions Club in Rutherford, New Jersey. He became the vice president of that club. However, the person who became the president of the Rutherford Lions Club was a truly dynamic individual who was going to make a name for himself in many ways throughout the state. The Reverend Lester Clay, who was very strong in the prohibition movement, as well as a leader in Methodism in the state of New Jersey, became president of the Rutherford Lions Club. That very year that he ended as president, he was down in Atlantic City at the state convention and was nominated to become district governor. When he telephoned back to Rutherford that to his club members that he was being nominated, the club en masse came down to Atlantic City. Now you have to remember at that time there was no Garden State Parkway, and they drove for 9 hours overnight to get down to Atlantic City to elect Lester Clay as the 3rd district governor in the state of New Jersey. But this isn't where his story ends, because in 1935, he was nominated by the Republican Party to become governor in the state of New Jersey. He won 15 of the 21 counties. However, he didn't win the 6 most populous counties, and he was defeated by a man by the name of Harry Moore. Again, no relation. So Governor Harry Moore did thwart the political ambitions of Lester Clay. But Lester Clay was an individual that certainly was a very important of New Jersey Lionism. But it's the 4th individual who became district governor in 1924 and 1925 that truly put New Jersey Lionism on the map. He was a judge from in the state of New Jersey from the Newark Club named Benjamin Franklin Jones. And Benjamin Franklin Jones, again, had been governor from 1924 to 1925. And the very end of his governorship at the International Convention in Cedar Point, Ohio, he was now elected the international president. So again, a very dynamic individual, first individual from New Jersey to become international president. Ironically, that was the 2nd most important thing that happened at that convention. What was the most important, as you can see, was the fact that Helen Keller came to address Lions Clubs International to ask the Lions to become the Knights of the Blind, to, in a way, take up the cause that she had promoted as a blind and deaf individual. What this did was to change the entire direction of the organization. At that point, Lions clubs had no real particular purpose. We were there to serve the communities, to serve needs where we saw them, but we did not have one specific purpose. Helen Keller gave us that purpose. And we now, from 1925 on, became geared towards serving the blind and visually impaired and promoting site conservation. So the programs that we have today, not only in Lions Clubs International, but programs that we have as New Jersey Lions, such as New Jersey Camp for Blind Children, Camp Marcella, Eversight, Delaware Valley Eye Bank, the Eyeglass Recycling Program, Mavis, a whole slew of other programs that we have came about because Helen Keller came to us and asked us to become the Knights of the Blind. She came back 25 years later to the convention and tearfully said she never expected what our organization would become and what we would do for people around the world, that she would find lions in all parts of the world, including China as well. And China indeed become a part of Lions International in the 1920s. In 1926, China in 1927, Mexico now became a part of our organization. However, the 1930s were going to become a period of time that Lionism and the world were going to be beset by catastrophe. The Great Depression and the rise of totalitarianism were going to, again, affect Lionism and, of course, the world. However, despite the fact of the Depression, Lionism continued to grow in the United States. And in New Jersey, we continued to form many, many new clubs. By the time we got to the 1940s, Lionism had grown considerably in New Jersey, and we went from a single district to 2 districts in 1942 that became District N and District J. And the growth continued so rapidly that we became 3 districts in 1943. District A, District B, and District C. The person that was the last district governor of a single district arguably became the most important lion in the history of New Jersey Lionism. This was the district governor from Camden, New Jersey, a man by the name of Harold P. Nutter. Harold P. Nutter was an insurance executive and realtor in Camden and joined the Camden Lions Club and quickly rose up the ranks. In 1942, after his service as district governor, he was elected to the International Board of Directors, the second person from New Jersey to be elected to the International Board. His service was so remarkable that he became the only Lion that was ever elected to 3 terms as an international director. He served from 1942 to 1948 as an international director. What happened was that the Constitution would be changed so that you would serve on the International Board of Directors for a 2-year term. You were one and done. But Harold Nutter was the only Lion ever to be elected to 3 terms as director. It was during his time period on the board of directors that Lions Clubs International was invited to become a part of the drafting of the non-governmental organization segment of the UN Charter. Melvin Jones and Vice President Fred Smith, who would later become president of LCI, wrote it. And because of this, this is the reason why we are the only organization, the only service organization, to have a day at the United Nations every year. So when we go to the United Nations and we see what is taking place, it is because we were a part of the United Nations at the very beginning in drafting a very important part of the segment of the charter that the United Nations has. In 1951, Harold Nutter was elected the international president. So he is the second person from New Jersey to become international president. His influence was tremendous within the organization because after his term as international president, he was appointed to the convention committee and held tremendous influence until his death in 1979. So arguably, again, he is perhaps one of the most important individual in the history of New Jersey Lionism. In 1950, New Jersey went from 3 districts to 5 districts. And again, we continue to grow as an organization with clubs throughout the state. And at one point, we had well over 15,000 members in the state of New Jersey as Lions. It was during the 1950s that new programs were formed. In 1957, for example, we formed the LEO program. And the LEO program was designed to inculcate younger members into Lionism. And we had various parts of the LEO program extending from the age of junior high and high school, all the way up to some clubs have LEOs up to the age of 30. So depending upon the geographic area, LEOs clubs can be, as I said, in high school, or actually individuals well into their 20s. Some individuals have had their start in Lionism through the LEO clubs, including one individual who has just joined us, and that is PCC Winster Ceballos, who was a LEO and has gone on to become, again, district governor and past and council chair as well. Today, there are 7,200 clubs worldwide and 140,000 plus members who are a part of the LEO program. In 1968, we formed, as a part of Lions Clubs International, one of the most important segments that we have. We began to realize that clubs could not solve all problems. There are many things that were beyond the scope of individual clubs to handle. So in 1968, Lions Clubs International Foundation was established. It was formed to provide funding for large-scale projects to meet some humanitarian needs, and also provide disaster relief for some tremendous catastrophes such as hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes, floods, and as we saw in 2001, to help in the aftermath of 9/11. There are many things that Lions Clubs International have done to provide relief and recovery in many, many parts of the world. And we could do an entire segment on LCIF, but basically, this is what Lions Clubs International Foundation does, is to provide to do the things that individual clubs cannot do. And since 1968, as we've indicated, it has provided a tremendous amount, millions and millions of dollars of relief, recovery, and reestablishment with many areas. It was in 1987 that another change was going to take place in Lions International. Although there had been the formation of Lioness clubs as a kind of auxiliary to Lions clubs, many women and men believe that women should be full members of Lions International. And it was a kind of a struggle, because there were cultural impediments to do so in many nations. Because remember, in order to do this, we had to have this passed by Lions Club International. In 1987, finally, it was established that women could become full members of Lions International. And in New Jersey, we set about to make sure that we could recruit and hopefully retain many, many women who would become a part of our organization. It was in 1999 that the first two female Lions in New Jersey would be elected as governor. Paula Tarantino and Mary Devon O'Brien became the first governors in the state of New Jersey. And it was Actually, I was council chair during that year. So I was very privileged to serve with them. Since that time, 15 women have been elected district governor in New Jersey, and they do include our current governors, Marie Nieto and Varsha Naik, both of whom are serving as governor. And very proud to say that, that this has continued throughout the years of women joining our organization and become leaders in our organization. I know that we would not be in existence if it weren't for the women who have joined Lionism, and particularly joined in New Jersey. As of now, women constitute over 30% of the New Jersey Lions. So again, they are a very important part of who we are and what we do. In 1990, the World Health Organization came to Lions Clubs International and asked for help in attempting to combat some of the causes of preventable blindness. And with this, the initiative was passed by the International Convention in 1990 to establish what would be called Campaign Sight First. And what it was designed to do was to raise $150 million to deal with the causes of preventable blindness, things such as cataracts, glaucoma, and a disease that is indigenous to areas such as South America and Africa, called trachoma, river blindness. River blindness is caused by a parasite that enters into the orifices of the body, and it causes irreversible blindness. It can be prevented by a pill that costs 10 cents. And yet, this was a leading cause of blindness in some of the underdeveloped areas of the world. Eventually, we were able to raise over $200 million to, again, combat some of the causes of preventable blindness. Because of this, as a result, by the year 2005, $179 million that was spent at that point in time went for 739 projects in 88 countries. It helped to restore sight to 4.6 million individuals with cataracts. I was privileged that year to be elected to the International Board of Directors, and in our visit to India, I went to an eye clinic and saw a cataract operation being performed. Outside of that clinic that was, again, established through Campaign Sight First funds, individuals were lined up, some of them for days, waiting there in order to have cataract surgery. And we were able to provide that all because of funding that took place through Campaign Sight First. This Campaign Sight First initiative helped to build or expand 207 eye hospitals, clinics, and wards worldwide, provide 60 million treatments for river blindness, and trained over 83,000 eye care workers, and generally prevented vision loss for 20 million people. Now, these are statistics that are absolutely mind-boggling. But for me, the most amazing statistic that I cited many times when I was speaking at various conventions was the fact that when Campaign Sight First occurred in 1990, the world population was 5.1 billion people. Of that population, 40 million were people who were blind. By the time we had finished Campaign Sight First in 2005, the world's population was 6.5 billion people. Amazingly, the world's blind population at that time was 37 million people. So while the world's population increased by 1.4 billion people, the population of individuals who were blind decreased by 3 million people. As I told individuals, there were many organizations that may have been a part of this. We can't take all the credit, but we can take the lion's share, which caused a lot of booing, but I managed to survive that. In any event, Campaign Site First 2 was launched in 2008 and continued to fund many, many projects. And as we have continued to do this, we now launched another initiative in 2018 as funds from the second campaign Site First had run out. And we launched Campaign 100. And this continues to fund programs which include childhood cancer, measles prevention, diabetes awareness, continuous funding of other causes of blindness. And although we started this project only 2 years ago, we're well on our way to reaching the goal of raising 300 million. I think we're at the point of about 280 million, if I'm not mistaken. We have, in the 100 years that we have been in existence, such tremendous achievements, so many things to be proud of. But the reality that we have to face is that we face many challenges. So these challenges are brought about by a dwindling membership, an aging membership, and the fact that the pandemic has certainly thrown us for a loop in terms of our ability to raise funds and to continue with our service. But we are resilient. We are an organization that continues with the mission of serving others. And despite the fact that we're being hit by some obstacles right now, we are continuing to do our best to serve the individuals of the world, and we will certainly continue to do so. If we go to the next slide, please. As you've seen, we have talked about the different facts. The fact that Camden Lions Club was the first to be formed in December of 1920. And despite the fact that, again, of our growth tremendously, the fact is that in the 21st century, we have lost membership, and we have now, because of that, had to redistrict into 3 districts, NJ and L. Our membership is still around 44,000 people, with a total of 167 clubs. But we are endeavoring to increase the membership and increase the number of clubs, and we will be working hard to, again, continue to promote Lionism in the state of New Jersey. If you look at our next slide, we have, again, we've had some tremendous projects. The Lions Sight Foundation became LIRF. Lions Eye Research Foundation, again, has funded many, many projects. And one of the projects that they have funded is a Alphonse Sonati seat. that, again, is a part of UMDMJ to, again, promote Lion's Eye research throughout the state of New Jersey. Our Eyeglass Recycling Center, again, was established in 1997 and is at the Katzenbach School for the Deaf down in Trenton. And this Eyeglass Recycling Center continues to type glasses and send them to various parts of the world so that others may have the opportunity, again, for sight. Lions Eye Bank, along with the Delaware Valley Eye Bank, both, again, have funded many, many projects and certainly have helped in the cause of serving others in terms of eye surgery, and many individuals' sight have been restored by the funding from both Eversight and from Lions Eye Bank of Delaware Valley. If we go to the next slide, if you look at our structure, Lions Clubs International, we first of all have at the helm the executive committee, which consists of our international president and the vice presidents and the LCIF chairperson. Douglas Alexander, PID from New York, became the international president. Our international president this year would have been International President Haynes Townsend. I was privileged to know Haynes as a remarkable individual, and again, his memory, his service are remembered by many of us. Doug Alexander is the international president this year, and Brian Sheehan of Minnesota will become president next year. Dr. Patty Hill of Canada will become the second female president of Lions Clubs International. The first, Gudrun Ingvadottir of Iceland, was president 2 years ago. And an individual I served with on the International Board of Directors, Fabrizio Oliveira from Brazil, is the third vice president. Also on the executive committee is Dr. Yul Choi of Korea, who for 2 years served as international president, is now LCIF chair. The policies of international are made by the International Board of Directors, 34 members who have been elected from the various constitutional areas of the world. The United States has 11 members on the International Board of Directors. And again, we are privileged right now to have an individual serving on the International Board of Directors from New Jersey. Lion Jeff Gans of the Camden Lions Club is our representative, our international director. He is the 12th individual elected from New Jersey to become international director. This is a kind of an overview, as I said, of the history of our organization. There's so much more to learn, and I hope in the coming years that many of you will continue to progress on this journey to learn about our organization, who we are, and what we do. At this point in time, I'd like to turn this over to PCC Mahesh and to tell you a little bit about our multiple district and district structure. Mahesh?
Thank you, Lion, PID Bob, for a great presentation. Before we move into the next segment, I do want to give shout out to members of the GLT team, Lion Brad Day from 16N and Lion Rohel Bautista from from District 16J. The next speaker today is someone who I live with. My husband, Lion Mahesh Chitnis, I think was born to be Lion. He was Leo when I didn't know him. But I have heard a lot of stories. He got inducted into New Jersey Lions in 2008. Following that, he is a charter president of Edison Visionary Lions Club, my home club. Lion Mahesh served as the district governor in 2014-2015, council chair in 2018-2019, and this year he is our state advisor or council secretary. Lion Mahesh, thank you for your time, and I think we would like to hear more about our multiple District 16 from you. And if you could please introduce Lion Donna when you take over the mic, that'll be great. And once again, thank you everyone for joining.
Yes, thank you, Anu. Thank you for the introduction. Since both of us are using the same Wi-Fi, we are in sort of my internet slows down once in a while, but let's all welcome a clap for Lion Donna Townsend, the spouse of Haynes Townsend. He was our first vice president, and unfortunately he passed away. But Donna does continue with his legacy. She's trying to the theme for Lion Haynes was kindness matters, and Donna has become ambassador for that cause. Donna, you want to say a couple of words?
Well, I just wanted to say good evening to all of you. It's so good to see so many familiar faces. I appreciate the invitation, Lion Mahesh, to join you all this evening. I'm always looking for a good orientation program because I feel like a lot of our Lions are not really orientated to the history of Lions and where we come from. And PID Bob, I really have enjoyed listening to the history lesson tonight. I've even learned some things too, but I'm a big supporter of the Chitnis family, and I do appreciate the invitation tonight. It's so good to see you all.
Thank you so much, Donna. So now let's go on to the nuts and bolts of the bolts of our organization. PID Bob talked quite a bit about the history of our association, including history of Lionism in New Jersey. Many of you, when we talk, you don't understand the difference between the clubs and the districts and all the jargon that we have. So I'm trying to demystify that a little bit. Again, this is a short 1 hour program, 1.5 hour program, and this interaction will continue. All of you are part of a club. All of you decided that you want to serve your communities and be a part of organized community service. So you became a part of a club. So we have our basic building block, a club. For chartering a club, we need 20 members, but a club can be of any size. We have a club as large as a couple of thousand members. So club is the initial building block of our association. We have over 50,000 such clubs all around the world. About 35 and little more number of clubs become a district. we have about 60 clubs in each of our districts, N, J, and L. We have 3 districts in New Jersey, and we have 750 such districts all around the world. I will not go into the details of zones and regions, but just to give a quick overview, about 4 to 8 clubs come together to form a zone. There are some districts where we have some of these zones are clustered into a region, and they become part of a district. Few of the district in a general geographical area become multiple district. In most of the cases in the United States, it's about a state. So we sometimes refer multiple district as state. So for example, instead of saying MD16 convention, we sometimes call it as a state convention, or state office. New Jersey Lions State Office is our multiple district 16 office. PID Bob did talk about why 16. It is the 16th district that was formed by Lions Club International in 1920. And all these multiple districts then form our international organization. Our international organization, the headquarters of the organization is in Oak Brook, Illinois. It is a suburb of Chicago, where about 200 plus employees manage the operations of the about 1.4 million members around the world. So that is the overall structure of our association. About New Jersey, as we discussed, we have three districts in the state of New Jersey, multiple district. It is divided as North, Central, and South, but named as NJL, 16N, 16J, 16L. 16N consists of Bergen County, Essex County, Hudson County, I think there is a wrong thing, Morris County, Passaic County, Sussex County, and Warren County. These are northern counties which form the district 16N. Then the Central Jersey, the Hunterdon County, Mercer County, Middlesex County, Somerset County, and Union County form 16J. And all the southern counties form the 16L. Just to give you an idea about the district officers, the multiple district is headed by the council chair. The full form of the position is chair of the Council of Governors. This year, our council chair is Lion Armando Guerra. He is on the call. We will introduce him in the question and answer session for sure. Yours truly works as a state advisor or council secretary, helping the Council of Governors to manage the state office and the operations in the state. We have an office manager. Her name is Kartika Gupta. If you have any queries, questions, any needs about the district and multiple district administration, you can reach out to Lion Kartika through our, you will find her contact information on our website. You have the email there and phone numbers there, so you can reach out to Kartika. I'm not going to go through the district cabinet structure. It looks very, very complicated, but it's fairly simple. The district governor has a global action team that is membership, service, and leadership. I was told by one of the past international president to how to remember that. He said, like, sort of just remember your dress sizes: small, medium, large. S, service; M, membership; L, leadership. So we have the global action team, that is leadership, membership, and service. And then we have the administrative part, which is the secretary, treasurers, the zone chair, region chairs. And you don't have to worry about that. Like, you don't have to remember anything of that. The orientation guide that I have sent you by email for all those who registered before 4 o'clock this afternoon. Others, they will receive it after this this presentation. So you would have that. You can go through that and you would understand our structure. And we have several committees at a district level that undertake specific tasks like information technology, or the service committees like diabetes, environment, hunger, childhood cancer, and vision. Those are our core causes. If you remember the video that you watched right in the beginning, our 5 core causes are diabetes, environment, hunger relief, childhood cancer, and vision. Moving on to introducing the district officers. Again, we have all the 3 districts present here. So I'm not going to read through all the names, but I will share this presentation with you so you would know who are your officers. The governor for 16N is Dan Marie Niato. The governor for 16J is Varsha Naik. And the governor for 16L is Doug Both. Also, the important factor for strengthening our service impact is our global action team. With our global action team, it is led by in 16N by the district governor Marie. Her team is membership Louis Lambe, leadership Bad Day, service Nick Landy. 16J, it is membership Peter Twell, leadership Rohal Batista, service Prashant Karnik. 16L, membership is Bob Fidel, the leadership Clarence, and service is Kim. At a state level, at a multiple district level, our membership is led by Bob Fidel from 16L, leadership led by Anu Chitnis, 16J, and service team is led by Jack Romano from 16N. There is another title, GMA. There are so many acronyms that I'm throwing at you, but the acronym GMA is not Good Morning America, but it is Global Membership Approach. That is one of the initiatives by then Vice Presidents Haynes Towson and Brian Sheehan. To initially, it was called NAMI, North American Membership Initiative, to improve the service impact of our association in North America. That was now made a global approach this year, led by our executives, the Douglas Alexander, Brian Sheehan, Patty Hill, and Fabrizio Oliveira. All right, so I'm going to give you a brief, information about what is in our name, what is our real name, what is the logo stands for. I'm going to give you a quick story about the name. As PID Bob mentioned, the name was chosen for being the strong animal, the strength, showing the strength. Having said that, when we think about lion, we always call lion as the king of jungle. But why is he king of jungle? As we know, that lion is not the tallest animal. It is not the fastest animal. It is not the strongest animal physically. It is not the wisest animal. But lion is the king of jungle because of his attitude. Whenever lion gets into a fight, he goes with the feeling that like he's going to win. Not even feeling, he goes with that confidence that he is going to win that fight and rule that domain that he has. The association is expecting the same thing from we lions. When we go into our world, go into our communities, and we want to solve our problems, we are going there with that confidence that we are, however the small or large problem that we would have, but we'll go there with that confidence that we are going to solve these problems. Since Lion Donna, who is from Georgia, she is on the call, I have to give an example of a lion from her state. There was a young guy way back. His name was Jimmy. He came back from his naval service and wanted to do something in his community. So he looked around and he decided to join a Lions Club. So he became a lion. Some of these clubs have a position called tail twister, lion's tail twister. So this young Jimmy got this job of tail twister for 3 consecutive years in the same club. The role of tail twister, those who don't know, is sort of making the meetings fun, keeping order in the meeting. Probably come up with some funny things and find people and just make the meeting lively. So this is the task that was done by this person called Jimmy. Jimmy started as the tail twister and then became a club president and went on to become a district governor. And a fun fact is like sort of he was a district governor and a council chair in the same year. This is way long back. But on the parallel side, he started working on a couple of other things. One of that was like with his Lions Club, he started building ramps for the people who, for the veterans who came back from the war front. That project, he started grooming that project, and those who know this project became to be one of the biggest housing development projects for the needy. It is called Habitat for Humanities. So you probably know who I'm talking about. This Jimmy turned out to be a very, very ambitious young man, ran for political office, eventually becoming the president of United States, Jimmy Carter. So this organization, with the passion that you have, can help you to do bigger and better things than you can thought of in your life. Coming back to the name, the official name of our association is International Association of Lions Clubs. We fondly call it is Lions Clubs International, but our official name is International Association of Lions Clubs. We are an association of various clubs around the world. As I mentioned, we have 50,000 clubs in our association from almost every single part of the world. Quickly going over the logo. This is one of the most recognized logo in the world. But let me just quickly give you some tidbits about how that logo represents what we are. If you look at, there is a L at the center of the logo. Everybody feels that it is for lions. Yes, it is for lions, but it also represents liberty, loyalty, learning, and leadership. All these words start with L, and L is what represents us. It represents our liberty. It represents our loyalty. It represents that we are eager to learn. And that is why all of us are here today, and the leadership. Then we have a blue circle behind that L. That blue circle represents our globe. And there is a gold ring around it that shows that like we are surrounding the globe. We are all over the world, and we are sort of embracing the globe and comforting all the problems that this world has. Then there is on the top, we have the word lion. As PID Bob mentioned, it's accepted as our slogan in 1919 convention, which read, "The liberty, intelligence, our nation's safety." But eventually, we also call it as loving individuals offering needed service. We are at the bottom, there is this word international. We are a truly international organization. We are in 210 countries / geographical areas. Just in reference, the United Nations has got 193 member countries. So our footprint is much larger than even United Nations. Then we have two lions, one lion looking towards left, one lion looking towards right. The lion looking towards left represents our glorious past, the work of our predecessors from 1917, 105 years of history that we are proud of. And the lion on the right represents our future, looking towards the brighter future that we will have. We'll be coming together and making our association better and the world a better place to live. That is the logo. And as I mentioned, this logo is one of the most recognized logos in the world. Anywhere you go and anywhere you wear your lapel pin, people will recognize you as a member of Lions Club. And that is the power of this logo. And that's all from me today. Let me throw it back to Anu for question and answer session.
Thank you, Ramesh. So I have not seen any questions posted in chat as yet. So at this time, do we have anyone who want to ask question? If you could please raise your hand.
When they are asking the questions, we have promised them to have a trivia. So when the questions are being asked, please log into kahoot.it, KHOOT.IT, or if you have a Kahoot app, you can log into the Kahoot app. Yeah, Anu, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
I don't I still don't see anyone that has raised hand. If you have a question, if you want to unmute yourself to ask the question.
Yes, I'd like to ask a question. There was a
Sure.
lot of information here tonight, very interesting information. Some of it I knew, a lot of it I didn't. And where specifically can one find this in written form so that one can refer to it for whatever purpose? You know, relating it back to my club. Is there printed material that covers a lot of what was talked about tonight?
Mahesh, you want to answer that?
Yeah, we have the history. It is by Bob. We will create a concise document and send it to you. But the other part, the structure of the association, we do have that, and we will, like I have already sent few documents yesterday. I will send one more document tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lionel. Anyone else?
This is Lionel Hell. Good evening,
Hello.
everyone. My question is, first, this is a wonderful, enlightening, informative, educational presentation, and I really learned a lot from it. I've been a Lion for 14 years, but still learning. So my question is, do we have a follow-up presentation to this one? Looking forward to something. I know this is a great one for new members, but it's also great for other members as well.
Yeah, so let me try to answer what I think what I heard your question as, do we have follow-up presentation? So it is our intention to have different leaders present on this forum, and we are going to do this membership orientation on different days in a month. Like today we are doing it on Tuesday, right? People have generally commitments on their club meetings is on Tuesday, so some people couldn't join. So next month we will do it on a different day of the week, but I think we are planning to do at least 3 or 4 membership orientation sessions because we could not get everybody here today, right? Not all the new members could join. I don't know if that was the question you were asking, or if you are asking for a follow-up.
Yes and no. Yes, because for another session for this topic, and the other question actually I was also thinking is another topic.
Okay.
We will surely work on it, I think.
Yeah, I think yeah, because we have different ideas, right? So Rahel, maybe we should we should talk as to if you have any particular topic in mind. Then we can talk about that.
Okay.
I have a question.
Okay, thanks.
Marion Goldberg, Tom's River Lions. You mentioned earlier that you're recording this. So is this recording available for each club to show as for new members? I mean, this is, again, I am almost 40 years a member, and I know a lot of this current information about our history, but I didn't know all of it in the past. And this does make a person realize their position that they're taking by joining us to be part of this giant history. And if the club had a recording of this, or if it was available to distribute to someone that is a new member, it would help expand their ideas.
Yeah, so the short answer is yes. This recording will be made available. Yeah, and I think for everyone who attended today or registered, the information will be sent out in an email that you must have received for your confirmation.
Thank you.
All right. Since we are running little behind and the Kahoot quiz will take a few minutes, I would want to start the quiz. Is that okay, Anu?
There's a couple
Yes.
questions in the chat.
I see.
The YouTube channel, we have not broadcasting this at this moment, but we will make it available. We'll send an email to all the registered participants and others.
Okay, and I think Mahesh, this question is from Linda and Manny. That they are curious if there is any significance about the subtle design differences between the two lions features. For example, the whiskers are different on both lions.
I am not aware of that. PID Bob, are you aware what is the difference between the both the lions?
In the terms of the I'm not quite sure what the question is.
All right, let me explain. I'm always curious about design differences in things and subtle hints or subtle meanings behind things. And I just happen to notice that there's slight subtle differences in the designs between the two lions on the logo. For example, the whiskers are slightly different looking on either of the two lions. And I just wondered whether or not there is any subtle meanings behind any of those differences.
Not that I am aware of. The one thing that if you do follow it through the years, there was a change in the Lions logo to kind of soften the features to make it a little I would say bolder and more of a definitive type of thing.
Yeah, the
And,
lions
this
used to be
was
more realistic looking in the past.
right. This was done about I'm going to say about 10 years ago or thereabouts, when the features were changed. There's one little tidbit I'd like to throw out to everybody. It was during this time period in the early 20th century that there were a lot of people who were parts of many different organizations, not just the Lions, but the Elks, Moose, other fraternal organizations. And Melvin Jones and a few others happened to be a part of the Masons. And one of the prototypes for the Lion's pin happened to be the square and compass with an L in between. That was rejected for looking too Masonic, but that was proposed as one of the designs for the first Lion's pin. So if that hadn't been rejected, we'd look very Masonic.
Yep.
Thank you. I always like trivia like that. Thank you.
So with that, let's move on to a trivia. I hope that you have logged on to the Kahoot. We will finish it off in 10 minutes, I promise. And we are a little late, but that's okay. So please log into kahoot.it, KHOOT.it, and put in PIN 615-1850. 615-1850. We will wait for a minute before we start. Those who are still putting in their nickname, try to put in name that is recognizable, because we will have a small little gift, a beautiful pin for you, for the winner of this trivia. We have 15 who have logged in, 17. We will give another minute, but just to give you a sort of hint about this trivia, it is nothing that is beyond what we talked about today. So all the information that you would have in this trivia is what we discussed today. With that, we have 19. You can join anytime, even after starting this trivia. Just remember to log into kahoot.it and put in the pin 6151850. Let's start. This is about the Lions orientation. And the first question is, what is our slogan? Is it red, we serve, blue, lions roar, gold, liberty, intelligence, our nation's safety, or green, serving with the heart? Yes, most of you, majority of you are right. Liberty, intelligence, our nation's safety. Serving with the heart is the slogan of the president, international president, Douglas Alexander. But our slogan is liberty, intelligence, our nation's safety. We serve is our motto. Let's see who is on the leaderboard. On our leaderboard, we have Mike H. Terry is following, and we have Gerald, Bill, and Chitta Dash on the podium. Next question. Where is our international headquarters located? That is the picture. Is it in Washington, D.C.? Red, blue, Oak Brook, Illinois, yellow, Dallas, Texas, and green, Cedar Point, Ohio. Oh, almost everyone is right. Oak Brook, Illinois. The Dallas, Texas was where we had our first international convention, and Cedar Point, Ohio, where the Helen Keller challenged us to be the Knights of Blind. There is just a little bit of change in our leaderboard. Mike H still maintains the lead. Next question, true or false? Is this the latest official Lions logo? Blue, true, red, false. Is it the latest official Lions logo? Yes, you are right. This is not the official logo. So anyone who is using these logos from the past should come to these two-color logo, the gold and blue, which has been shown everywhere in our material. Chitta Dash is on fire. Mike H is still maintaining the lead. And we have Terry, Leo Hamna, and Lyandona on the leaderboard. Next question. What year was the association founded? Red, 1917, blue, 1920, yellow, 1925, and green, 1968. Yes, you are right, 1917. And the picture that you saw was the picture after the first meeting in Chicago. That is where the seed was planted. And then in Dallas Convention, we actually formed our association. Terry is moving up There is no other change into the leaderboard. Next question. Who founded Lions Clubs International? Was that Martin Luther King Jr., Helen Keller, Melvin Jones, or Benjamin Franklin Jones? Who formed the Lions Club International? Who is our founder? And yes, all of you are right. Our founder is Melvin Jones. Benjamin Franklin Jones was the first international president from New Jersey. He accepted the challenge from Helen Keller to become the Knights of Blind. And the next question, the leaderboard. Again, Chitta and Terry swapped their positions. Rest of the leaderboard remains the same. Next question, true or false? LCIF supports only UN recognized projects. True, blue, red, false. LCIF, Lions Club International Foundation, supports only UN approved projects. Yes, it is false. The Lions Club International Foundation supports our clubs to undertake projects that they cannot do it by themselves, the larger projects. That is where the Lions Club International Foundation comes in. Again, we are having this second and third place swapping between Terry and Chitta. Next question. What did Helen Keller challenge Lions to become? Night Riders, Knights of the Blind, Knights of Columbus, and Environmentalist. Red, Night Riders. Blue, Knights of the Blind. Yellow, Knights of Columbus, and green, Environmentalist. Oh, you guys are so good. Almost everybody is, not almost, everybody is right. So I think I made a misjudgment in writing the question. There is a little bit swapping again between Leo Hamna and Chitta Dash. Next question. I'm hurrying it up because we have less time. How many districts do we have in the state of New Jersey? 16, 12, 5, or 3? 16 red, blue 12, gold or yellow is 5, and 3 is green. How many districts do we have in New Jersey? The right answer is 3. Those who answered 16, I think they got confused with multiple district 16. We have 3 districts in New Jersey. Let's see the leaderboard. Now Lion Lu is on the leaderboard. 3 players have an answer streak of 7. That's great. And the next question. 9th question. What is the title for Lion Bob Moore, who presented today? Red, past district governor. Blue, past international director. Yellow, past president. And green, a fun guy.
Oh, I like a fun guy.
Yes, he is a past international director. Let's see the leaderboard. There is not much change on the leaderboard. So let's have the last question. Everybody has a chance to beat Mike. The lion facing on the left represents Leos. Blue true, red false. The lion facing left represents Leos. Yes, it is false. The lions facing left is looking at our glorious past. And Leos are our present, they are our future. So if something represents Leos, it would be the lion looking towards right. With that, let's see who is on the leaderboard. Third is Lion Terry. Second is Mike H. And on the leaderboard, on the podium is Leo Hamna.
Oh, Leo Hamna, congratulations.
And Landona and Lan Lu are the runner-ups, number 4 and 5. So congratulations, Leo Hamna. And back to you, Lan Anu. Take us home.
Thank you so much. I really appreciated the orientation today and I learned a lot. So thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you for joining.
Leo Hamna. All right, I think that's pretty much a wrap. I really do want to thank everybody. I think we had almost 65 people who tuned in today. I know they mostly were here to see and hear from the fun guy. That's PID Bob Moore. Nonetheless, I appreciate everybody joining. I do want to, it becomes very overwhelming to see all the people's names. So I'm not going to take necessarily everybody's name who I want to thank you, but thank you everyone for joining. And since Lion Donna is here, I wanted to end this meeting with just a quote, and this is from Dalai Lama. He says, "Be kind whenever possible. It is always possible." Thank you for attending and have a great night. We will see you soon.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
Good
That
night.
was very
Hi,
informative.
everyone. Be safe.
Night.
Take care.
Thank you.
Good night,
Happy
everyone.
2022, everybody. And thank you for having us here and for such a good information.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Very nice presentation, Bob.
Great
Thank you.
show. Great show. Thank you.
Good
Great
night.
job, everyone. God bless.
Thank you. Thank you, PID Bob.
Thank you, Mahesh.
Went
Thank
on
you.
pretty
Great,
well.
great job. Thank you. You take care.
Thank you. Bye.